Yeah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I have to speak really quiet because they tell me the mics are up really loud and it's supposed to be a peaceful time, so I don't want to blast you out either way. Good to be here. Been a while. We are going to do a couple interesting things tonight just because I don't want you to get bored. It's not my style. We start out with the candle blessings on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
On 126, I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Please join in, and especially now that you have shaker eggs, with Hine Ma Tov. Easy words, I expect you all to know them anyway, on 128. Sing to Adonai a new song, sing to Adonai all the earth. Psalm 97, one of the traditional Kabbalat Shabbat songs, was traditionally sung by the family as they would walk from home to the synagogue to meet friends and to get into that Shabbat mood, shaking off the week. Has an interesting set of lines in it. Or zarua lat tzadik, ul yishrei lev simcha. Sometimes we sing these and don't even pay attention to what the words are. This one is light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright in heart. So based on this verse, there's a section of Talmud, Ta'anit 15a, if you're going to go look it up, makes the following conclusion, that tzaddik, you've heard the word, meaning the righteous, have light. But the yashar, the upright, are blessed with joy. What is the difference between having light and being blessed with joy? It's two levels of righteousness, but they're very different. In Esther, chapter 8:18, near the end, it says the Jews enjoyed light and joy. That told them that light comes before joy. Joy is a goal, but the light is the means to get to that goal. The righteous are still in a struggle to do the right thing. They don't always feel it intuitively. But the right things are the light that are planted, that are like seeds. And like seeds, they bring forth more than just what's planted. The upright don't have that struggle. They do the right thing automatically. So they've already achieved joy. So here is my absolute favorite, or Zarua. We're going to do Shabbat evening 2 this evening, so we roll our way into the oncoming darkness and our Ma'ariv service on 263. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba B'amad yivrach cheruteh v'yamich malchuteh V'chayechon u'v'yomechon U'chayedecho beit Yisrael Bagalam, bagalam, uvizman kariv, vimeru. Yehishmera b'mevarach, le'alam ulal me'amaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yipar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadav, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemed kudshah, le'ilal milko b'chata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, damiram be'alma, v'yimeru. We rise for Shema Uvirchoteha, the Shema and its blessings on 264. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Next page. Uma'avir yom uve'layla, uma'avdil ben yom uve'layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'chayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hamariv harabim. Responsively, Adonai, your majesty, is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom.
Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures.
Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai Amariv Aravim. And the time for reciting the Shema in 267 actually begins when 3 stars become visible in the night sky. I'm sure they're visible somewhere in the night sky, so we'll jump it a little bit. It's called Seit HaKochavim. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Baruch Shem Kavod Melchoto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'dvarim ha'ele asher nochi mitzavecha hayom al yavavecha v'shinantam benecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'shokbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafo b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mizuzot betecha u'visharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet. We continue responsibly on the bottom of 269. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness eludes our grasp, as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
when we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power it makes for freedom.
Which means Micha Mocha. Our lullaby for the evening is on 271. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukkot shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Before we do Vishamru, I did a little research on it just because it's one of those we always kind of sing mindlessly. And I found, according to one of my more orthodox sources, that many synagogues, particularly in Israel, do not do Vishamru because the Vilna Gaon from the second half of the 18th century, a very famous and important rabbinic authority, objected to reciting it. And many follow his ruling. So we discover, researching the history and customs of singing Vishamru at services, Jewish tradition varies greatly from community to community, rabbi to rabbi, and in this case, cantor to cantor. So here we sing about keeping Shabbat, and we can blame it on Exodus 31. The people of Israel shall keep the Shabbat, observing the Sabbath in every generation as a covenant for all time. It's a sign forever between me and the people of Israel, for in 6 days the Eternal made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God, Shabbat, stopped working and rested and was vayinafash, refreshed. What better proof do you need to keep singing Vishamru? On page 272. לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים והארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. Good job. Will you rise for tefillah, the call to worship on 273? Adonai sifata tiftachu fi yagid hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips and my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor HaNorah, Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לה, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may be seated. ויחולו השמיים והארץ בכל צבאם, וחי אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, together the heaven and the earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do. O God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Let's say the end of what is traditionally the standing prayer. The one that we're actually doing is on 175, unless you have it in your head. I just didn't want you to get confused. The long artsy version we do for bat mitzvahs and stuff is the one that you're probably seeing on the next page. Actually, this particular part of the Amidah is not exactly how they translate it. It's much more for the return or the bringing of what would we call the Messianic age, an age of peace, maybe back to the Garden of Eden or whatever you expect your idea of the Messianic age to be. It's different than a Messiah. It's a Messianic age, a time of peace. Join me in Retzeh. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks together for the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands. We offer praise for the desire in us which leads us to work for peace. We are grateful
For life
and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow. All praise to the source of being.
for all these things, O Sovereign. Let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'cha na'el lehodot. More of the Amidah and more of the idea of peace. We say, grant us peace on 282 with Shalom Rav.
Shalom
my congregation in Waco, where I'm usually hanging this time of night, this is always the most difficult part of the whole service. Why? It's because I ask everyone what good stuff is going on. It's funny, if I ask what bad stuff is going on, everyone can come up with a list immediately. If I say, so what good has happened since I last saw you? They're all like, So we've come to the difficult part. Tell me something good. It cooled down. I'm in my winter jammies again. I'm a wuss. I have the seat heaters on when it hits 70. Sorry. Jewish camp. You're a great uncle again. That's always a good one. Birthdays, anniversaries, visitors, kids coming to visit, kids leaving. Will that keep you busy?
Just a little.
Yeah, I'll bet. How special. Oh, that's a good one, Mazel Tov. I think we should sing happy birthday here. Don't you think we should do this? I think we should do it. Are we ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seymour. Happy birthday to you. You have to keep in practice in case you ever want to get a job in an Italian singing restaurant. It's good to have that one on the tip of your tongue. Well, after all the good stuff, we can appreciate the gorgeous sunrises and sunsets we've been having, and the baby birds that have made a nest in my garage are finally starting to fly, which means in about a week I'll be able to close the door of my garage again for the first time in like 5 months, because they keep laying eggs before I can close it. You don't want to look at the top of my car, but you will recognize it if you look in the parking lot. With all that, sometimes there's some that are not feeling so well, that need some extra prayers, extra thoughts. Any you want to mention as we go around? And I think we have some on a kind of an extensive list they gave me. Annette Dover, Charlotte Fawis, Stacy Lewis, Jeffrey Mark, Pauline Wittenberg, William Westerman, Maria Chan, hope I'm saying these right, Gordon Brody, Graham Baker, Elliot Blumberg, Holly Clegg, Cynthia Lebovitz, Katrina Joy Rogers, Joel Green, Marjorie Deutsch, Roseanne Margolis, Eddie Sankary, Debbie Friedman, Vera Madison, Claire Brunhild, Dick Greenman, Michelle Hartman, Stephen Führer, Karen Anisman, Mike Fox, and Bernice Sandler. For them and others, we say Mishe Berach. Mishe Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body take a few moments to pray silently, whatever is on your mind or in your heart. Torah service is on 362. We're going to do it a little differently this time. Ein kmocha v'Elohim Adonai, v'ein k'maasecha. Malchutecha malchut kol amin, u'menshaltecha bechol dor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai hoz le'mo yiteh, Adonai Ki Mitzion is on 364 as we remove the Torah from the ark. Ki Mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki Mitzion tetzeh Torah, Udvar Adonai Yerushalayim, Susharim Rashechem, Uzu Pidchei Olam, Yavo Melech HaKavod, Vihuze Melech HaKavod, Adonai Tzvaot, Umelech HaKavod, In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'mo Yisrael v'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, Uram Moshe Moyadav. Adonai we are not actually going to unwrap the Torah this evening. Make yourself comfy with the Torah. You'll be friends for a little while here. So tonight we're doing something a little special. First, I want to tell you what would be going on in the Torah had we been reading it. So we've gone through the book of Exodus and we are almost at the book of Numbers. So what's happened in Exodus? What's the biggie? Come on. Got out of Egypt. So what's some stuff that went on? Come on, you know some stuff that happened. You did what? Parting of the Red Sea. Dancing of Miriam. Myrrh. Golden calf. Oh, I already said that one. Sorry. Okay, all kinds of stuff have gone on. We're getting near the end of Moses's being in charge of things. He's not going to make it a whole lot longer. We're going to be getting into his swan song. Tonight, though, what we're going to do instead, I'm going to tell you what's going on in this particular portion. And then my Haftarah chanting class, which has been meeting, they've graduated from chanting Torah to, they wanted to learn Haftarah, so we're marching on. Wait till I get them into Esther, that's going to be a hoot. They are actually going to chant some Haftarah for you this evening, which we don't hear that often here, except for an occasional bar bat mitzvah. So be real supportive on that. They're only mildly terrified, okay? Before we get into that, this week's Torah portion is called Pinchas. Pinchas, anyone know who Pinchas is? Other than my father's Hebrew name. It's Aaron's grandson, is Pinchas. He is rewarded for being a zealot. He's the one that killed a really controversial thing. A Simeonite prince and a Midianite princess who was his paramour. He killed them. He didn't approve of it all. And for some reason, that was a really good thing then. It's like, okay. God grants him a covenant of peace and a priesthood. So far, so good. A census is taken of the people between, now people they usually mean men, between the ages of 20 and 60. How many were there? Come up with a number. How many? Keep going. You're close. What was it? 1,730. Not 731, 730. Moses is instructed on how the land is to be divided by a lottery among the tribes and the families of Israel. The 5 daughters of Zelophehad, they're going to play into an important part of this. You had a song about that? Are you writing one? Oh, so you just know one? How do you fit Zelophehad into a song? We may hear this in a little while. And put her on the spot. Anyway, the 5 daughters, which as I will call them, because there's only so many times you can say Zelophehad, petition Moses that they be granted the portion of the land belonging to their father who died without sons. This is a big deal. We're going to be talking about this. God accepts their claim and incorporates it into the Torah's laws of inheritance. Now think of when this was. Not bad. Moses empowers Joshua to succeed him and lead the people into the land of Israel. Also an important one. And it concludes, this parsha concludes, with a detailed list of the daily offerings and the additional offerings that you bring on Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh, the first of the month, and the festivals of Passover, Shavuot, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and Shmini Atzeret. And on to the Haftarah. I want to call up my 2 brave. There would have been 3, but one escapes for the summer to the Berkshires out of the heat. Ya'amdu. Seymour was this Shmuel ben, I'll get it, Simeon. Vemeda. Long-term memory. I have no memory. The Eliza ben Avraham, the Sarah, to come up and read our Haftarah. The Haftarah blessings, I believe, are on 372, I'm hoping. Someone tell me if that's right. Yeah, good. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza b'divreihem הנאמרים באמת, ברוך אתה, אדוני, הבוחר בתורה, ובמשה עבדו, ובישראל עמו, ובנביאי האמת והצדק. Our first aliyah.
Divrei Yirmiyahu ben Hilkiyahu min hakohanim asher ba'anatot be'eretz Binyamin asher haya devar Adonai elav bimei Yoshiyahu ben Amon melech Yehuda Bishlo Esrei Shana Lemaho Vayi Bimei Yehoiakim Ben Yehuda Melech Yehuda Adom Ashti Esrei Shana Letzidkiyahu ben Yoshiyahu melech Yehuda ad gelot Yerushalayim bechodesh hachamishi.
Vayishi devar Adonai Elai lemor V'terem etzarcha v'beiten ladaticha uvterem tetze mecherem hikdachtisha navi lagoyim nataticha vayomar aha Adonai, Adonai, hine lo yadati, daber, ki na'ar anochi.
Vayomer Adonai Elai, El Tomar, Na'ar Anochi, Ki Al Kol Asher Eshlachacha Telech Ve'et Kol Asher Atzabecha Tidaber Al Tira Mipnehem Ki Itcha Ani Letzilecha Ne'um Adonai V'yishlach Adonai et yado V'yaga et al pi V'yomer Adonai elai Hine Natati devarai Beficha Ve'era'eh Hifkadecha Hayom hazeh Al hagoyim Ve'al hamamlachot Lintot Vilintot Ul ha'avid Vilaharos Livnot Vilantoa. Good job. Are we proud of them or what? Yeah. That is a lot of work to learn. The after Haftarah blessing is also on 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol haolamim tzadik b'chol hadarot האל הנאמן, המבוסה, הידברום קיים, שכל דבריו אמת צדק, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת, על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך, בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. I knew you were going to laugh. We return the Torah to the Ark on 374. I'm kvelling here, I can't help it. Please rise. Odol aleretz v'shamayim, ayarem keren le'amo, tehila lechol hasidav livnei Yisrael am kero. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem, torati al ta'avu. Entered the world, freedom entered it. The whole Torah exists only to establish peace. Its highest teaching is love and kindness. What is hateful to you, do not do to any person. That's the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. Those who study Torah are the true guardians of civilization, honoring one another, doing acts of kindness, and making peace. These are our highest duties. But the study of Torah is equal to them all because it leads to them all. Let us learn in order to teach. Let us learn in order to do. You can relax a sec. There's an old saying that says, "Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good." A variation of that theme was stated by Confucius and also by Voltaire, but I'm guessing probably Hillel or Moses actually came up with it and neglected to write it down and make a note that they did it. Doesn't matter. Since we can't achieve perfection right out of the chute, does that mean we shouldn't attempt new things? Couple examples. You've probably heard about my saga with guitars. Some people here have experienced it firsthand. I got a guitar a zillion years ago. I took it to Boston, took it back, took it to Boston, took it back almost every other week until I finally bought one there, so it had more freaking flyer miles than most people I know. Never did play it, I just carried it everywhere because that's all you need to do. And I thought, I'm never going to be able to play like Andres Segovia. Should I even be doing this? I tried taking lessons years ago, and my fingers never built up the calluses you need to do it. So as I was dripping blood on the floor of the studio where I was taking lessons, the instructor looked at me after 6 months and said, "Have you considered the oboe?" So I put the guitar for a while. Then I got Scott here to say, "Well, you know what? We're here for a while on Sundays anyway. Why don't we practice doing guitar?" Practice doing guitar means teach me how to do this, because he really didn't need to practice doing guitar. Spent some time doing that. Then up in Boston, Jeff Klepper, the writer of our wonderful Shalom Rav that we sang and many others that we do, was my guitar teacher. At the end of the semester, his response to, "Well, how am I doing?" was, "Oi." Okay, so I'm not great at it, but I'm better than I was. I can actually bang out a few tunes, and once in Waco a couple months ago, I actually accompanied myself with 3 chords. Eliza's a witness, she saw me do it, and I was incredibly proud of myself. Languages are another one. I learn here all the time. I can't learn Hebrew, I am too old. You're not too old. Once you're past 12, yeah, you're too old. It's all the same after that. So just do it. I've been in Israel. I have seen little children speak Hebrew. You figure it can't be that hard, right? I saw once when I was reading up on this phenomenon of not trying things that you're not just going to be able to be great at right out of the chute, a language teacher who said what we should be going for is competency, not fluency. Unless you're born to it, you will never be 100% fluent, but you can be competent, that you could speak it and have people understand you and you could understand others. So I'm trying to adopt that also with my guitar. They realize I'm trying to play a song and not scare away mice from the driveway. So let me tie that into this week's parsha, this week's portion. So you heard what's going on so far. A lot happens, as you heard in the summary. But what really struck me this time was that story of the daughters of Zelophehad. The daughters of Zelophehad, Mala, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. Theme there. They all came before Moses, and said, "Our father died in the wilderness. He was not one of the faction of Korah's faction, which banded together against the Lord, but died for his own sin. And he has left no sons. Let not our father's name be lost to his clan just because he had no son. Give us a holding among our father's kinsmen." Remember what happened with Korah? Remember that story? He got a group together to revolt against Moses. He wanted to be a different leader. Didn't work out so well. Some died of the plague. Some of them were killed by fire. Some fell into a hole in the ground. Don't go up against Moses. I mean, really. So Moses doesn't know what to do. Here he's asked a situation that there's no precedent for. He has no idea what to tell them. So he brings the case before God directly. God answers him. Don't you wish you could do that? All the attorneys are going, "The plea of Zelophehad's daughters is just. You should give them a hereditary holding among their father's kinsmen. Transfer their father's share to them. Further, speak to the Israelite people as follows. If a man dies without leaving a son, you shall transfer his property to his daughter. This shall be the law of procedure for the Israelites in accordance with the Lord's command to Moses." This is some interesting stuff. Moses had no direct info on women inheriting, but he knew that it was the right thing to do. So he took it straight to God, and God said, "Yeah, Moses, you're right. Go for it. That's how it should be. If there's no legal heirs otherwise, which of course generally means sons, then it's theirs." Now, this was a pretty radical concept for its time. Think about it. The Code of Hammurabi from Babylon, about 1750 BCE, did have a section on the protection of women's right to hold property and inherit property. But this is still, the way this is stated, is pretty out there for its time. Our sages speak of these daughters with very high praise. If you remember, Moses had sent out men at some point to scout out the land ahead. And they came back and their info was really disheartening. Oh, we're going to be crushed. We're going to be killed. We're nothing. We're grasshoppers. They're giants. They're... Kvetch again. This is a huge difference between the men that struck out and the attitude of the daughters who expressed their love of Israel, their confidence that they needed this portion because they knew it was going to be okay. I mean, it was totally different from what the men's attitude were. The spies came back with a negative report about the land. The people had said, let us get a new leader, go back to Egypt. That was about Numbers 14, several chapters ago. Zelophehad's daughters wanted a share in the land, and they were granted it. This is a small step forward in how women were treated under the legal code. If there's brothers in the biblical context, the brothers are still the one to inherit. Women only inherit if there's no men to do so. Once a property-holding woman married, the property returns to the man in whose care she enters. So for this reason, the daughters of Zelophehad, I'm still saying it right, will need to marry men from their father's tribe in order to keep the property. Clever. But this is still a major step in the right direction, and at its time, absolutely amazing. The road to justice, the road to complete justice, takes a lot of turns. One's generation's victories may need to be fought for again in generations to come. We shouldn't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, but we should embrace positive change in small steps whenever we can reach it. I hope this week's Torah portion can remind us that change is possible, even if it's in small steps. That as humanity evolves, it can be more kind, more just, more enlightened. That we don't require change to provide perfection right out of the chute. It's our custom to take 3 steps forward before beginning the Amidah, our standing prayer. 3 steps that symbolize an approach into the divine presence. On July 21st, 1969, Neil Armstrong, we just celebrated that anniversary, the first human to set foot on the moon, uttered the famous words, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." So let's celebrate our small steps, whether it's guitar, whether it's anything you're doing, anything you're thinking, as an individual, as a community, as a country. And let's not be quite so demanding of perfection in ourselves, and perfection in our leaders, and perfection in our country. As in the Amidah, it's these small steps that can lead to some pretty historic leaps. We continue with the Elenu on 586. Aleinu lishabed ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kugae haratzot, velo samanu kimishbechor adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'nachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. We skip to 589. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. You may be seated. Gilda Radner wrote in her book, It's Always Something, The book of life is uncertainty. I wanted a perfect ending, so I sat down to write the book with the ending in place before there was even an ending. Now I've learned the hard way that some poems don't rhyme, and some stories don't have a clear beginning, middle, and end. Like my life, this book has ambiguity. Like my life, this book is about not knowing, having to change, taking the moment and making the best of it, without knowing what's going to happen next. In Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, we have Benjamin Lewis Levin. Any other in Shloshim in the congregation? Yurtzites, Mini Shor Bihari, Bill Campbell, Meredith R. Karb Sr., Isidore Cedarbaum, Mamie Cedarbaum, Adolf Charnosky, Mae Joseph Davidson, Charlotte Fleischman, William Benjamin Fried, Yvette D.D. Friedberg, Dr. David Gorfine, Arthur J. Greenspun, Sandra Rubin Koslow, Carrie K. Kruckman, David Krumholtz, Thomas Leachman Lacey III, Herman Lehman, Elaine Levy, Esther Newmagin Pulaski, Burton Lee Reckhoover, E.M. Manny Rosenthal, Seaman Rubinson, Gershon Seppin, Hazel Shapiro, Gussie Weiner, Louis Weltman, and Hyman Wolf. Any others that we should mention? The Mourner's Kaddish is on 598. It is your custom to rise, even if you're not in mourning, for those who have no one to mourn for them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah, v'almad yivrach yute v'yamlich malchute, v'hayechon uv'cheon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalai v'zman kariv v'imru, Yehe shemei rabah mivarach le'alam u'almei almaya, Yiparach v'yishtabak v'yipa'ar v'yirvoma v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shemei d'kudisha b'richu, Le'elam milko berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, ta'amiram v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama mishamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom v'imroma, huya ase shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And today in Jewish history, the 24th of Tammuz, Crusaders gathered the Jews of Jerusalem into a shul and set it aflame in the year 1099. All perished in the fire. Jews were barred from the city for the following 88 years. I'd like you to, sit down, relax. Join me in the Ladino version of Ein Kelohenu, which is on page 631.
Non como
Divine Kaddish. A special thank you to Klezzoup. There's no one I'd rather do a Shabbat with, and hope we're back here eventually. Any kids who haven't been bat mitzvahed? I don't bat mitzvah. You can tell I've been doing a whole series of girls lately, right? No, well, we've got all this wine here. We might as well have it, right? May I interest you in no guarantees on the vintage. Want some to wet your whistle? Yes, I'll bet. Any of the blowers get first choice, you know. Susan, you want some? Just some juice. You may try it. You may keep it too. It's a good year. Yeah. See if I really want to drink it or if this is just the one they use every week. Yeah, seems okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav berotav banu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zilharon lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techila el mikra el kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu acharta notanu kidashta mikomim v'shabbat koshecha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. Yeah. Challah. Is this a new challah cover? Or has this been around a while? It's really beautiful challah color. Can't see it, you need to check it out. Ooh, and a beautiful challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Isn't that gorgeous? Shabbat Shalom. I assume there's munchies out there.